This is Fishing Planet. I'm Ryan. We're going to jump in here. I don't have an advance license for North Carolina. I've not actually gone to North Carolina yet, so we're going to experience this together. But happy Wednesday to all of you. It's going to take pretty much all of my money, and I did farm a little bit there to get some additional money there at our Lone Star Lake. Yeah, it's going to take pretty much all of our money here. Hopefully we earn some back by catching some fish today. I did not get the advanced license. I feel like I'm going to be regretting that decision. What if I have enough money to do it now? License, New York, advance is 2,000. I don't really know. Okay, well, we're going to try it anyway. So we got, oh, this is a nice map. It looks like a river. Woody Enchantment, Traverse Remote, Mirroring, Trail, countless rocky curves and picturesque ridges, dense greenwoods. Good. Let's see if the fish we have available here. All good stuff. All good stuff. Okay, let's jump in. Great parking job. Rubble of times. Into the rocky road. Let's try parking. I'm excited to jump in here and catch some fish today. So, oh wow, lots of people catching fish. Yeah, lots of people catching fish right now, so that's good. Outlaw. Okay, so it must be a place to fish over here. Cool. We're just looking around a little bit. A lot of woods and stuff. There's a couple fishermen over there. That's all right. We'll try our little casting spoon right here. We'll see what we catch. So if everybody's having a great day, I know I am. I really do appreciate all the views here that we're getting for Fishing Planet. I'm absolutely loving the game, especially since the new update. I've found a lot of joy in it. I hope you guys are too. Let me know what you are liking best about the new update. I know it's not 100% universally loved, but I've had a ton of fun with it. I know a friend of mine who fishes or does the podcast with me, Mike. We've had just a few opportunities to fish together since we've added it. We've had a lot of fun doing that. Going with the old lift and drop technique. Sort of foggy, cloudy, visibility is going to be low. In reality, you probably want to use a pretty bright bait, but oh, there's a mourning dove. That's cool. We have those around here. My brother actually does a pretty good mourning dove call just using his hands. I kind of want to run over there and see what those guys are fishing with, but we're going to give this another shot here. Okay. Oh, half a mourning dove. Okay, let it sink. Pick it up, stop reeling, reel it in, pick it up, stop reeling. So far, so good. I've checked out a few other fishing games so far, and they've all done pretty good. Had a recommendation to check out Fishing Club 3D. I looked at it, a little Facebooky for me. Didn't quite have the a feel that I was looking for, but I didn't spend a lot of time with it just yet. I'm hoping to get a firmer understanding of what's going on with that, because I'd like to try it out, and if it's something worth making a video on, I'd love to do that. We've currently added a new video to the channel. Am I still snagged? I am. Increase the snag good. 61% there on that. Added a new series to the channel that my son Noah and I are playing together. It's a Pit People, which is a behemoth game. It's sort of a tactic-based game, but it's kind of funny and enjoyable. We'll try a little twitching. another fish chasing it, I guess. Try this direction. I see a down log sort of that direction, so just and actually damages your typically damages your line there. As you see, it's fallen to 61%. Let it fall. Alright, well, this might be a brighter bait. It's a white jig, but again, I don't have a whole lot of line on it, so see if we can get it over there to that. Let it fall all the way down, we'll just jig it in. All the way down. Oh, out of the water. Alright, well, let's try the bobber. It's always fun, new places. Gotta figure out what they want. Let's see. Doesn't seem like it's very deep, so we'll try 50 inches here first. I'm just gonna put it right out here by those weeds. And of course it's snagged. Okay, well, it went down pretty quick. So the depth must be quite a bit deeper there than what I was anticipating. But, yeah, anyway, pit people, pretty good. Doing it with my son, we're enjoying it. Check it out if you're interested. There's some, we still got some opportunities here to play some other games here. Working on sort of expanding the lineup. For those of you that don't know, Buffalo Brotherhood is actually a podcast that I do with two friends of mine. We've done it for the last 3 years. We just recorded our 147th some odd episode, 136th episode maybe. And sometimes they get released on YouTube. Sometimes they're just released on our iTunes store. Sometimes they're just on our website at www.buffalobrotherhood.com. If you're interested in the audio stuff, check it out. I mean, we try to be entertaining. We talk about geeky news stuff, video game stuff, comic book movie stuff. I mean, there's about 1 million podcasts just like it, so I understand why we get lost in the shuffle. But this YouTube channel was actually created with the intent of putting our podcast on it directly. Well, as my kids have gotten more and more into YouTube and have enjoyed watching the content on YouTube, I too have enjoyed watching the content on YouTube, and I have a YouTuber that I like a lot, who has basically said, you know, on many occasions that if he watched a lot of YouTube, he wouldn't be able to create anything for YouTube. So I kind of took that as sort of a backhanded challenge to watch less YouTube and start creating your own YouTube. So that's what I've done, and that's why Pit People involves my son and my daughter, and I have done games, played games before and put them on. They've done blind box things, unboxings, and all kinds of things. So the channel is a bit unfocused, mainly just because we record for fun. I mean, there's probably an ad before the video, and then there's probably ads. A what you want to call it, like a mid reel, halfway through the video, or not a mid reel halfway through, but a thing at the bottom. Mainly just because, in my mind, if I ever did create something that was worth other people watching, I'd want to make sure that I had it monetized correctly, even if poorly. And I understand that too. I've done enough YouTube investigation, understanding that a lot of people are monetizing things much differently than the way I'm not just depending on YouTube to do it. But we don't have, at this time we got less than 100 subscribers by far. Always looking to add more subscribers to the list. I try to respond to every comment because there's not a lot of them just yet. So this is more of a hobby, passion project, an excuse to play video games with the intent of creating something while it's happening, rather than just me watching video games. And if I have an opportunity, and my wife and I will have this discussion a lot, be like, well, if your goal is to make videos instead of watch videos, what if everybody had that goal? Well, I know as somebody who didn't have a computer for a long time, and I have been in different parts of my life, have had more or less money essentially, and even to this day, you cannot afford to buy every game that you want to see. And watching Let's Plays on YouTube is a great way to sort of fill the void. Like XCOM 2, I've loved XCOM. I've played almost every XCOM that's ever been out. I'm a big... That game is right up my alley when it comes to like turn-based strategy and so forth. So I love the first XCOM, like the first XCOM when I was a kid. I love the reboot. I love Terror from the Deep. I love the reboot. I had it first for Xbox 360, and then I had it first on Xbox 360. Enemy Within. Is it Enemy Within? I can't. Yeah. The blue one. I had the first one first on that. And then I got, and I played it and loved it and enjoyed it. Anyway, make a long story short, I've never bought XCOM 2. And the reason why, I don't like paying full price for games anymore. I have so much on my library that I would rather wait till a game goes on sale. And I know it's in Humble Bundle at this point. But right now, at the time of the recording. Just hard to fit it in to what it is that we're doing. So, I just have not made it a priority. But I have watched YouTubers, specifically, specifically guys like Marcus here and other YouTubers play a ton of it. And through that, I've enjoyed the experience of the storyline. I haven't watched all of it yet because I didn't save it myself. Just seeing it all the way at the very end. But I've been watching. I've watched enough of it to know how much I still enjoy the game, and I know that there's been some things that they've added to it that maybe have not been super popular changes. But for the most part, I know it's a game that I want to play at some point. I just haven't done it yet. So watching it on YouTube has really done a big service as to filling that void for me. So I understand that not everyone's going to play every game that they watch. Or maybe they're interested in watching games that maybe I have or something else that they wouldn't have themselves. Like, here's a great example. I know that 7 Days to Die is very popular within certain segments on Steam and on YouTube and so forth. 7 Days to Die is a decent game. I've got it. I've played it. I don't care for it. Now, if I'm going to play a survival horror sort of game like that, I would rather play The Forest, which is another game that I've got that I really like. And there's a fish. Look at that. Oh, because it's a trophy we can't keep it, but I don't have one of those. Alright, we'll release it because I don't want to get caught. But that is a decent sized crappie. And if you've never if you weren't sure, that is a decent sized crappie. A slab, as they call them. Alright, back to the water with you. In The Forest. But so what I would suggest you do, if you're not familiar with either one of those two games, you're not sure, look at take a second to look at videos of both. I don't have any 7 Days to Die videos up, so you can't look at mine, but you can see them. They're out there. And you can watch anything in The Forest. and make your own informed decision there before you decide which game you'd want to buy. And that to me is the whole strength of the whole YouTube sort of movement. It's not that everybody should get out and make videos of everything, but allow people to make videos of what they're good at or what they're interested in, and then if you want to make videos, you can find your niche as well. I've never thought that Fishing Planet was my niche by any stretch of the imagination. Aww. What the heck happened there? I never thought Fishing Planet was my niche by any stretch of the imagination. I still don't think it's my niche. But it is a good time. And I'm glad you guys are here to watch the videos with me. I do think I bring an interesting concept to Fishing Planet, mainly because I have fished before. I have that sort of going for me. I have that real life knowledge of a little bit of fish, and to be able to sort of compare that to what the developers are planning here, I think Brad brings an interesting perspective. And I enjoy it. So if I didn't enjoy it, I wouldn't do it. Case in point, I'm trying to think any other, like Civ 6 is hard for me to get into record unless we're doing multiplayer, and we can't do at this time. There's no in-game support for multiplayer, so I just avoid it for the most part. We did a lot of Civ 5 stuff when you could do teams and multiplayer, but Civ 6 came out and just hasn't implemented it yet, so we just have stayed away from it because we would not enjoy it. When I say we, that's something that we did a lot as a podcast. So, all right, well that's that topic exhausted. I hope I didn't sound like I was just rambling on and on and on forever on that. So there's some crows in the background. Heard some mourning doves. I think that's supposed to be a mourning dove too. Ooh, I'm pretty sure that's a cardinal. Sounds like it. That must be, I don't know. Doesn't really sound like a frog, but I could see it, attempting to be like a frog sound effect, like a bullfrog sound effect. But it also sounds a little bit like a goose, not a goose, a grouse, maybe. I'm not sure. If you know, let me know. I'd be curious to know. And also, if you know about the cardinal thing, let me know, because I'm about 80% sure on the cardinal. But see that? Yeah, I think it's supposed to be a frog, tree frog, maybe. But see, you hear that like scuttle at the end? That sounds like more feather stuff. Almost like a, I don't know. Yeah, like it's thumping its wings together or something. Oh. Getting close to a bite. Give it a little tug. See if you can get something to bite it. Make them think it's going to get away. Sort of spark their predatory nature. Can't look at that monitor. There's a delay. If I look at that monitor, it's not going to work. Okay, it should be bumping in with the ground at some point here. Yeah, strike was in too early. I know. That's fine. Just using the old flip here. I'm not putting too much out there. Do you guys have favorite YouTube channels? Not to bring it back to that conversation, but Your favorite YouTube channels, channels that you prefer to go to, content that you prefer to see. Ready, ready. Come on. I don't want to be too early, but I don't want him to. That's what I was afraid of. You guys have YouTube channels you prefer to go to? I myself, I mean, if I'm watching Let's Plays, I typically stick around with the same group of people. I'm a big fan of a Canadian guy by the name of Northern Land. You can check out all his stuff. I think he's pretty funny. He's witty. He's quick. And then he does a lot of collab stuff with the same group of people there. And I typically enjoy that stuff the most. Ah. I'm also a fan of another Canadian guy by the name of Quill. Quill18, I think is the username there on YouTube. I'm a big fan of him. And he does a lot of stuff. I just want to be able to pick this up when it's underwater. And he has a lot of, anyways, the Quill18, he has a lot of programming sort of experience. I think he's a full-time YouTuber now, but he was a programmer sort of in his day job before. So he does a lot of things like the Let Him Dare stuff. He builds his own video games, and I don't know. I just think it's interesting that he has a trade essentially. He has a day job or a skill within his day job which he finds applicable or applicable to the YouTube stuff that I think it's interesting. And pretty much every most of the YouTube, I would say honestly those are the two that I would watch the most. If I'm going to sit down and watch something, those are the two I'm going to sit down and watch. But when it comes to video game stuff, I also watch a lot of movie news and just regular news. I watch a lot of videos about education, the state of education. But I'd say, other than just a few shows that make it to television, YouTube is my family's primary form of visual media. My wife is the only holdout. Come on. I don't want to feed these people grasshoppers. But I think what's happening is my hook is too big for the fish that are here. So be patient. There you go. Oh, that's bigger than the other one. Alright, release. Release, I guess. I don't want to get a fine. I don't want to break any virtual rules. Anywho. Nope. Wasn't sure if that was me moving my line that was causing the bobber to bounce, or if I was getting another little strike. I'm not sure. For those of you that was hoping I was going to be still in New York, there's a little bit of a story to that. While I was recording in New York, there's a fairly long episode, uncut, of me in New York that took place after the last episode. I believe it was episode 5, or maybe episode 6. Maybe this is 7. I believe this is 7, so that must have been 6. In which I was trying to record episode 7 in New York in the same spot. At which point I sort of fell asleep sitting right here at the computer, just left it recording. If my bobber would have been in the water, maybe I could have used something, but seeing how it wasn't, it made for a pretty boring video. Sort of the hazards of waiting till your family goes to bed before you record, I guess. Come on. Strike was done too early. I wasn't striking, I was just trying to get it to pull up a little closer. Yeah, so by that point I felt like I'd wasted, I was kind of frustrated and aggravated at myself, so I just wanted to sort of end it. So I did. There's what I believe is a cardinal again. Alright, let's try a little bit further out, shall we? A couple more casts here, then we'll call this an episode. Not sure what you guys want to see. I mean, we haven't really even checked out all the fishing spots yet. That's okay, I'm in no hurry. We're hopefully being here for a little bit. Getting a little something. Getting a little nibble. Keep the line tip up. Oh, it wasn't bad. There we go, golden shiner. We get to keep that one. Yay, we get to keep a fish. Alright. So let's end it on a high note. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate it. Got a couple trophy crappie there, so if you're interested in how to catch them, looks like grasshoppers right here on the bobber, fairly close to the at 50 length. We're going to increase the length of our bobber here. We're going to change the bait up a little bit, maybe fish on the other side of the river in the next episode. So thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.